Are your videos taking forever to make and costing you a fortune to produce? What if I told you that most creators are completely missing out on the biggest revolution in content creation, AI creation? I've spent weeks testing out every major AI video platform out there, and in this video, I'm going to reveal the brutally honest truth about which ones actually work and which ones you should avoid, and exactly how you can use them to create professional videos in minutes. Let's look at some of the different options you can look at for creating your own AI creations. We're going to focus on two main platforms, but what I want you to do is write down on a piece of paper what you're trying to create and what you need to scale your content game. So here are the two platforms we're going to focus on in this video, but in the comment section down below, let me know what you're trying to create. We're going to look at Rendora and we're going to look at HeyGen. First off, let's take a look at Rendora. This is a platform which is the world's first 3D AI avatar video platform. Bottom line, you can express yourself like a real person and produce a professional team and control every aspect of the production, including the angles and what you want to capture, all of those things. Number two, we're going to look at HeyGen, which is the #1 AI video generator. So you're going to be able to create AI videos from text, images, and audio. If you're trying to create different commercials where you're going to be showing off a certain product, you can be doing that as well. You can use different avatars, and depending on your use case, you can go through the different steps you could use right here. What would be the main difference? We're going to go step by step and look at the platform, what you can create, but I would look at it in two different camps. Are you trying to have a 3D AI avatar where you're going to be able to control the production, make it step by step, scene by scene, the way that you want it? Or are you looking for a very specific look and feel that you're going to be using different avatars that are going to be more human-like? You could be in human-like, the textures, everything like that. That's an option for HeyGen. Again, depends on your use case. You're going to pick which platform that works best for you. So let's dive into Rendora first and take a look at the process of creating and everything like that. When you're first getting started, you can either start from scratch or you can use a template. Once you decide on what you want to do, you can go through the process, and there's a whole video step by step that we've created about using Rendora. There's going to be a link down below or an image, and you're going to go from there. But if we're looking at Rendora and we're seeing some of the highlights, first of all, we can start with the 3D avatar. You can choose different ones, the characters that you would like, ones that express yourself, and ones that you would like to use for your production. From there, you can also look at the different templates. That allows you to think about the different sets they're going to be on, the positioning of the avatar, and it speeds up your workflow depending on what you're trying to do. For example, you could even go through, are you going to do something with healthcare? Are you doing this for a startup, etc., etc.? That allows you to decide where you're going to be. Not only that, you can use the professional video to generate in 3 steps, but I want to give you all the breadth of what you could be doing for your brand in Rendora. Not only that, you can also have different things if you're going to be having your branding kit, all of those things that can be inclusive for your production. In the comment section down below, let me know what you're trying to create. What's your use case? Now, as you're going through this progression, you're going to be able to pick the avatar that you want, pick the scene, and then go from there. So let's say, for instance, I want to create something that's going to be more of like a YouTube short, or it's going to be vertical. I can first pick the portrait right here. I can then add the scene, and I can also then go into the avatar that I'm looking for. So say, for instance, the scene right here, I can add a scene, and I can decide on what I want to do. So I can go for an image, I can go through a video, all those things. So first we're going to look at how we could add the scene or add the background. We can first go to a studio right here, and we can decide on what we're going to do. Now again, we're in portrait mode, so we can decide the background. Where do we want this to be located? So just think about that. I'm just going to have it more in the library. So we first change out that area, and then we see, because the background has changed, the position of our avatar is going to change. Then we can go over to our avatar. We can edit the avatar right here, clicking the pencil, and then we can either edit the avatar that we have right here. We can change out her clothes, all her accessories, things like that. Or what we could do, we can exit and actually change the avatar altogether if we want to right here. Say for instance, I'm going to change her out right here. So we have the avatar, and then we can go ahead and create the script and then be able to generate that avatar. So we have the scene, we'll be able to animate exactly what we want, and then we can even change the gestures and how she uses the script, how she emphasizes the script. We can do all of those things. Now, if we're looking at HeyGen, that is going to be a different experience, and again, depends on the use case. Once we go into HeyGen, we can decide on what do we want to do. We can do a quick avatar video, we can do instant highlights, we can do a photo or video with the avatar right here, or an interactive avatar, depending on what we're trying to do. So say for instance, we're going to start with a quick avatar video. First, we're going to look at who we want to use and the background, what we're going to do. So say for instance, we're going to use this one right here. We can decide on what kind of background or what kind of situation she's going to be in. Let's go with AI motion. Let's do this. Okay, we're going to then add a script. Just say, hey, this is a test. And we can, again, we can even say surprise me right here. And then we can generate, and we can go into the edit in Studio to make it more finely tuned, or we can just generate the video. So again, two different ways of deciding how to use this platform. You can just generate and go from there. You can edit in the Studio, or if you want to bring in your own avatar and animate yourself, we have videos of how we've done that in the past. There'll be a link down below. You could do that as well. So after you have created that video, you can watch it right there and go from there. Also, when we're looking at the different avatars right here, we can decide on how we're going to create that, either ourselves or we're just going to be using an avatar that's already available. With HeyGen, you can also look at creating your own avatar based off of yourself, but it's a step-by-step process to make sure that it's exactly what you're looking for. We can look at the video, decide to download it, and all those things. Going back to Rendora, once we decide on the script we're going to be using, we can do a lot more or customize it in a lot of different ways when we have this. Once we have the script, we have the avatar, and we have the background, we can go step by step in editing this process. We can edit and add more media. We can change the shot. We can then also look at the motion and then also add elements to our video as well. Once we're done with that, we can export. We can decide on how we're going to export it. We can just say testing. We can decide on the resolution, go from here, the format, and then we can confirm and go from there. And that's it. We have a 3D avatar that we can use for our marketing or for whatever we want to use in our business. Now, as we have looked at Rendora and looking at HeyGen, in the comment section down below, let us know what you're trying to create. What are the things that you're trying to do in your business? And if you want to see more depth tutorials and a breakdown of all of these different platforms or how you can use it in your business, let us know in the comment section down below.